So, Brendan, you're touching on some of the points here. You've helped clients with many implementations globally. Um, from memory, what are some of the biggest surprises in the reports that stand out from Prohance data services?
Yeah, look, you can obviously talk about high level quick gains, right? If you talk from a time perspective, and again a resource perspective, one of our customers actually realized that 13% of their workforce were not logging in for 5 hours a day. Now, this is not Big Brother type stuff, but how do you actually right size? How do you actually then know when you need external help or outsourcing?
Mm-hmm.
In another case, American Express didn't hire any in implementation of about 6,500 in their back office operations. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't add, they didn't add another resource for a year because if you look at a spread across any business, there's going to be your overworked, your burnout people. There's going to be people that are actually working within your healthy zone, but there is also going to be what you call latent capacity or underutilization. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I want to stress that underutilization doesn't mean someone doesn't want to work. You could be
Mm-hmm.
routing the wrong type of cases or complexities to them, whether that's in underwriting, whether that's in a help desk. And it's also the fact that your processes could be hindering people as well, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's a range of things that come into play there. When you look at someone like JLL, they've actually increased their healthy work zone to 22% from people being burnt out and underutilized. So you're obviously trying to get a good workload spread.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, a healthy work zone is somewhere between 6 and 7.5 hours. And then they were also able to measure the employee well-being, right, and the engagement that we touched on just before.
Okay.
Couple of other examples is a customer implemented new software. They noticed that the productivity was sliding dramatically within a 2 week space. Prohance
Mm-hmm.
allowed them to identify that it was actually the software that people weren't used to and were struggling through it, and therefore had some retraining for the people that were actually struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also identify from an underwriting or insurance capacity that people may be spending a lot of time in Outlook, in Excel. Why is that? Because Excel, you can do little modifications and add things like macros in there and with Word side to side comparison for documents, which people aren't doing. And there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of wins along the way. You're even identifying things such as latency on your network, and it's not a latency tool. One of our customers have found is that people are spending 15 to 25 minutes in files and folders, but that just means the network was so slow that it took that long to download the folders.
Yeah.
So there's a myriad of benefits that our customers have seen from implementing Prohance. Yeah.
Ex- Excellent. Excellent. So, in summary, what we're basically saying, or what you're saying here, is from a BFIT industry perspective, banking, finance, insurance, technology, logistics, government, it more or less improves the KPIs, the key performance indicators as well, in that working shared environment, and gives that sense of responsibility, and perhaps improves on the retention. Would that be a fair comment within the organizations?
Yeah, well, it certainly does that, right? So you have that part, you have the risk compliance, the governance, you have the retention, but you also have operational efficiencies, but
Mm-hmm.
also obviously the bottom line being important. When do you actually need to hire people? In
Mm-hmm.
another implementation of one of our customers, staff were reporting that they were actually overworked and they need help. But what that
Yeah.
actually identified was yes, there was a group of people, about 14%, that were absolutely overworked, but there was about 36% of underutilized capacity in that business, which then prompted them to look further into it and obviously no, identify some process breakdowns. And and due to that data that they received or were able to gain insights into, they didn't go ahead and hire any more people. They simply
Mm.
routed some of the overworked and burned out people's work to others and made sure they were skilled enough or actually managing things a lot faster by retraining them.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.